explosive energy in the history of mankind.
And now, Kmdt presents Geek Blast. Here are your hosts. Mike.
Described as a creepy-ass cracker.
Dave.
Let me tell you something. I am God.
Toons.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
I'm going to be honest. I hate this reality, whatever you want to call it. I can't stand it any longer. I must get out of here. I must get free.
Losers!
I'm bringing the party to you.
That's right. KMDT presents Geek Blast. Welcome back. We're bringing the party to you.
Yeah, it's episode 5.
I'm Mike,
I'm Dave.
I'm Toom, sir.
and on the behind the curtain we got Stinkfist.
But he's not actually behind the curtain tonight. He's,
Not tonight. I'm here.
He's
here with us. Yes, he's actually
live in the flesh.
Yes, more part of the show than ever. You know.
Wah. So what we got going on this week there, Miguel?
Tonight we have lots of movie news.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be talking about.
I'm highlighting comic book author Alan Moore and a lot of the groundbreaking and memorable things that he's done in the comic book industry.
Lots of cool shit.
Going to be talking about some new games that are coming out. Sorry. Going to be talking about some new games that are coming out. New system, which is kind of shitty, but I'm going to talk about it anyway.
Yeah. All right. So
Or actually, might have already come out. I don't know, but
which one is that then?
the Android Kaka. Or no, I'm sorry, Android Oya.
Oya.
But yeah, it's.
Oh, that's like I think I heard about that.
It looks like a Rubik's Cube.
Right, and it just sits on your table. It's like all wireless and all that
Real
stuff.
tiny.
Real
Real
tiny,
small.
yeah.
Does it take cartridges or something? What's
No, I don't even.
No,
it's all
it's
downloadable
cloud.
content,
It's all
right?
Wi-Fi, huh?
All Wi-Fi.
You gotta get up to your mic.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit later on.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
Cool. Well,
So what we got going on with movies, Mike? You want to do that first? You want to talk
we can
about
talk
Alan
about
Moore?
some movies.
Yeah.
Right now, I mean, there's a lot of Star Wars buzz going around.
I know. I heard about
And
that. I'm pretty
Palpatine's
jazzed.
returning.
same actor.
Same actor.
Nice.
Yeah. Then
The older he gets, the more he looks like his original character.
Yeah, that's
the way I
right. They'll have to
feel.
use less makeup. Less makeup time for him in the trailer.
True indeed. True indeed. I don't know if he'll ever get that actual split in his forehead, though.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would be cool, though. I mean, I guess he would probably have to hit a
Really
age of
old.
100 plus.
Yeah, yeah.
Before you get that split.
Or somebody would smack him in his mouth or in his head. You know.
Sorry, Brian, I can't really put my head that low, but yeah, here.
raise it up.
Okay.
Raise it up. Yeah, you go.
How do I sound now?
Alright, now you're good.
Better?
Now
okay.
we're good.
All right, people.
Well,
We're good to go.
yeah. So back to the Star Wars stuff. There's Ewan McGregor is also returning,
Oh,
Well,
no.
but
I would
in
hope
ghost
so.
form.
Yeah, we'd have to be dead because all this
Yeah.
stuff that supposedly, I don't know if any of the actual story.
Palpatine too. He's also going to be in
well,
ghost form.
He's going to have to be because
Why?
this is all supposed to be
'Cause they're
taking. Well, because this is supposed to be taking place. This movie is taking place after the events of Return of the Jedi.
Right.
So
Supposedly it's a scratch script.
yeah,
So
yeah.
they're not
Has
going on
nothing
any
to-
story with any book that's been
So
put
it's
out.
just all original content.
Cool.
In other words,
Yeah.
there's no
J.J.
really-
Abrams.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Well, let's hope for the best of whoever writes it.
That's scary.
you know?
He did a good job as Star Trek.
I mean, yeah, I guess. But Star Trek, you can inherently do that because Roddenberry gave you the ability to, go anywhere because it's how did that thing start again? The Star Trek beginning.
I don't know. I'm not a Trekkie. Is that the bat phone?
phone?
The bat phone's
Bat
going
phone's
off.
ringing. Oh, we got a Commissioner Gordon's calling.
Commissioner Gordon.
Hold on, Commissioner Gordon. We're busy.
So you said J.J. Abrams
Abrams,
is going to
yeah.
do most of the work on it?
Well, he's, as far as I know, the director.
Right.
I don't
Is he
know.
the writer, though? Who's
I
writing?
don't know who's writing it,
Yeah,
to
I
be
mean-
honest with you.
That's all
I would think
fall
Harrison
on.
Ford was actually on Conan O'Brien last week. Whenever it was on. I don't watch Conan O'Brien anymore since he moved onto like cable stations.
Yeah, TBS. I think.
TBS. Yeah. But he's funny. He's
Yeah,
funny
he's
as hell.
hysterical.
But yeah, he bribed him. The bat phone again. Commissioner, we're busy right now.
Just let him out. Anyway.
We'll call Batman later.
Yeah.
So he bribed Harrison Ford for information on the Star Wars movies coming out. And
But how would Harrison Ford know anything?
Yeah, how would he
He's not
know?
even involved.
Does he hang with Lucas or something?
well, he's
I mean,
trying to see if he's in the movie also.
Oh, well,
he
he's
robbed him
not.
for like $1,000. It was a funny. I
Yeah,
watched
it's
it.
a
It was
little funny shtick.
It was a funny shtick.
My guess is he doesn't know anything.
No,
You
I
know?
would.
It's still
I know,
too far away.
I know he's
I
going to
don't
be in the Expendables 2 or 3.
Three, I
Harrison
think it was,
Ford
yeah.
is,
Yeah.
as far as from what I've been told.
Yeah.
Is
I
he
heard-
really?
read that,
'Cause
yeah.
I could have sworn the second one was horrible.
And who was the other one?
You know,
that's
I thought
not,
it was. I
There
don't
was
know.
another one that's not signing on for the
Bruce
third one.
Willis.
Was it Bruce Willis?
Yeah, and then
Was
like
it-
Stallone like did all kinds of like slander attack
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
on him.
Did he
called him
really?
called him a lazy dude. You know,
The second one was bad.
he's
though,
overpaid
man.
actor
I
and
thought it
he's
was
better
bad.
than everybody thinks he is or whatever. You know,
What
I thought it
was-
was quite funny coming from him.
What was your opinion on the second one?
You know,
What was your opinion on the second one, Dave?
I didn't see any of them because I
Oh,
personally, that's not my gig.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't see
find
any
it
of them.
appealing. I thought it was a cool concept that you're going to use. You know,
All those action
all the
heroes.
crazy action heroes from the 80s and early 90s and stuff. But
Right.
I mean, come on. I don't know.
Well, I
To
saw
me,
them
it's
both,
just-
and I
it's
thought the
just a bit
first one was
much.
good. Second one was garbage.
Yeah.
don't
I
know.
heard the
that's
first
my
one was
opinion.
good.
It was.
I heard
It
the
was.
first one was good.
Yeah.
Second
I'd
one,
like to
Van
see
Damme
it.
killed the whole thing.
Yeah,
You know what
I
mean?
didn't see any of them. So for me, it's neither neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Yep. What else we got going?
Moving
Mike?
on here, we
Yeah.
got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies. That was pushed back
again.
I think it was like the third or second or third time.
Yeah, I think
Was
it's
it the whole
third time.
cry out against outer space?
Wait, aren't they
It might have been.
aren't they already filming that movie?
I don't think so.
I saw pictures of what's her name, Megan Fox as April
April
O'Neil.
O'Neil?
Is April O'Neil? I mean, maybe this was just
Megan
promotional
Fox.
pictures.
It could have just been
Maybe
promotional
promotional.
pictures because I did hear that it was also pushed
Yeah,
back
it was
again.
pushed back.
I think it's more.
It was supposed to be released on June 6th.
Well, they're having like
Of
creative.
next year, was it?
Yeah, 2014.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're having like creative differences between the people who wrote it, the original people, which I'm trying to remember what their names are.
Yeah. Well, Michael Bay is just notorious for ruining anything.
Oh yeah.
anything.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Have you ever watched that cartoon Robot Chicken? They do a hysterical parody of all Michael Bay movies. And
Well, it's just explosions
that's
everywhere.
exactly the whole. That's the first line of the thing. Michael Bay explosions. Love you, blah 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 blah. Explosions. Michael Bay. And that was it. Boom. It's over. It was hysterical. Like it's one of the. I love that show too. By the way, I thought.
No, one of the funniest things. Do you remember when Michael Bay was the producer for the reboot of Nightmare on Elm Street?
Yes.
So there was there was some funny fan made trailers on YouTube like Michael Bay's Nightmare on Elm Street, and it's just like all fast cars running away from explosions.
That's hilarious. Yeah, so that movie's getting pushed back. Which I want to see another movie like that. I enjoy the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That's your nostalgia talking.
Yeah, that's
too,
my
as well.
nostalgia.
You know, I mean, I thought they were cool, and I actually liked them more in their original form because they were more graphic. It was more violent. It
The
was
graphic novels
Yeah, the
were
graphic
amazing.
novels that I showed you, which really
Which most people don't know about the
I was,
original
like, way
form.
too
They
young
just know
to
it from how it started in '89.
Yeah,
you know what I
they
mean.
know it
Not
from-
the or
right.
'88, '89.
yeah,
but-
they know it from the cartoon. You
Yeah.
know, and
Yeah,
that's pretty much
exactly.
what people
They think
say.
that's the original origin style, you know, but they are actually, it was quite more graphic than that.
I was
Yeah.
way too young to be
Eastman-
looking at that stuff. when I
Eastman,
was
yes,
looking at
I should have never showed you that stuff. Is correct. Eastman and Laird.
Eastman and Laird, that's who it was, yes.
That's who are the original writers and artists of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And they're butting heads with the movie house, I guess,
Right.
or whoever's doing the actual movie, whether it's 20th Century Fox. Who is doing the movie? Do you know?
I don't actually.
Stinkfist, you know?
It's probably Paramount.
Paramount, right?
Probably. I can't. Don't call me on that. I'll find out for you though if you guys
Yeah.
want to keep talking.
Yeah.
So
So, Mike, do you know when they pushed it back till?
no, I didn't get a definite.
When
date.
was the
It was
original
supposed to
date?
be out. But the original, I think, was like Christmas of 13 or
The
something.
Christmas
like
of
that.
13
Really?
was the first date, and then
This
it
year?
got pushed. Yeah, it got pushed back to June of 14. I don't think
Jeez.
they want to go. I don't think anybody wants to make a movie in 2015 because I think Marvel pretty much is going to be putting out a movie every month.
Yeah, go
all-
up against that is going to be.
Yeah, I don't know that that's a really good idea.
Right.
And if it's not going to be a Marvel movie, it's going to be a Disney movie, which inherently is a Marvel movie anyway.
Yeah,
Or
now
actually,
it
no,
is.
I
But
should
we
say,
want to
is
pretend that
Marvel's
that is not
inherently
happening. Okay?
a Disney thing.
People,
Well, I mean,
forget that is
me and
happening.
you have varying opinions about that. Like you're the left view of it, of that argument, and I'm the right view of that. Cause
Are you?
to
You're all
me-
for it, aren't you?
Well, I'm not that I'm all for it, mind you, because I don't think that I am all the way for
As
it.
long as they don't tamper with the formula, I'm cool, man. I'm
And
cool. But I can't picture seeing a Disney logo before my Marvel movie. You
I
know
don't
what
think
mean?
that's going to be like that, though. I mean, it might be, but I seriously, like, Disney's been around for how long?
forever.
100,
My-
at least
my whole
at least
life.
100 years. I
Yeah,
think,
and they have a
right?
certain image they portraying. They're starting to open up a little bit more now, but they still.
Well, they have to.
I know.
Well, they have to change with the times,
Yeah,
or they're
exactly.
going to get swallowed up. I mean, their biggest competitor is Warner Brothers. I mean, realistically, that's Disney's competition.
Right.
And at this point, it's they're killing them. Even just by themselves, without the purchase of Lucas, without the purchase of Marvel, Disney was killing Warner Brothers anyway.
I mean, you still got Pirates. You still got I don't know what else.
And not to mention all the great movies for kids that they put out. I mean,
and that's their bread and butter. It's always been their bread and butter.
Not so much
is the
anymore, though,
child's
man.
market.
Yeah,
I mean, they haven't come out with anything to.
Planes just came
Planes
out.
What do you
came
mean?
out.
Planes just came out.
I thought
You
that
had
was Pixar. Oh, Pixar is Disney.
Pixar
Okay,
is
never
Pixar's
mind.
owned by them too.
Right.
I mean, pretty soon they're going to own the world. They're going to have. They're going to be
it's
like
possible.
you know.
the
All right,
mega-
so do you want to know who? I mean, according to Wikipedia here, TMT reboot is going to be produced by 4 studios as usual because all these studios pair up now.
Yeah.
because it's so much money to make a movie. You got Nickelodeon Movies, Michael Bay's production company,
Oh boy.
Platinum Dunes, and Paramount.
And Paramount.
And-
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So you'll probably see 4. You'll probably see 4 logos before you actually get to the movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Be 15 minutes of not trailers.
Usually, when things happen like this, the movie winds up being no good.
Yeah.
You know, when it
Well, it's
goes
too
through
many-
a process like
it's
this.
that old saying: too many chefs in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's just like video games. You know, when they go through 5 different developers, they come out chopped up and they look like they were, ran through a 10-year development
certain
cycle.
games, though. You never know because I mean, I just started playing that DC Injustice.
Mm-hmm.
that is awesome. Dave.
That game is it's retardedly like beautiful looking on right from the get go.
But that didn't run through different
there's-
developers, did it?
Well, you're talking about different people in it, like
Actually
different
building
hands.
the game.
Yeah, there's like 4 different logo company names that are all in one screen. It's like boom.
But I
boom,
mean,
boom,
did
boom,
it
boom,
change
boom.
hands?
No.
Like, did it start 10 years ago and then
No,
jump
no,
fields?
not at all.
Okay, that's where there's usually a problem.
That's what you're talking about. Okay.
Kind of like the last Duke Nukem that came out. It was like a 13-year process, and that long of development, millions and millions of dollars went into this game, and then it was just so chopped up and fucked up. And,
Unfortunately, it's just like the online game for Star Wars,
right?
Old Republic.
I thought that was good. I heard it was
but
good.
How many times did that game? How many years of development was that
Right.
game in? Even though it was just all that one, it was all LucasArts that was doing it. But it was just, to me, it wasn't. It was basically Knights of the Old Republic for the original Xbox, with the addition of being able to, do bigger stuff and go with your friends and stuff. Give us your opinion on what we're talking about here. When a game is in a long development, do you think is a good thing or a bad thing?
Do you think it affects the quality of the
do you
game?
think it affects the quality of the game? The number to call is 201-580-3712.
Yep.
Give us a call, man.
Yeah, well, we'll get back to some more movie stuff.
Okay.
Some cool info about the Cat movie coming out, Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier? Yes.
Crabs.
They're trying to keep as much like CG out of the movie and keep it all live action.
Well, they did that with the first one, too. They did that with the first Captain America movie.
You okay there?
He's having sigh of relief. That's what that was.
Thank the Lord.
No
live
CGs.
action.
I was given some strange medication, so feeling kind of.
He's feeling
Tipsy.
woozy.
Feeling kind of funny, like when I used to climb the ropes in gym class.
So yeah, that's actually a pretty cool little tidbit. Like, I like when they try to keep it live action, and not try to
Not too
much
much.
CG.
Yeah,
like
not too
Power
much
Rangers, that was great.
Power
Rangers? Yeah. That's a great show.
It's
Yeah.
a great example of live action.
Yeah.
That's what the Captain America movie's gonna look like.
Hells yeah.
Oh, my God. Could you imagine that?
Really, really low grade costumes, like my
Yeah.
pajamas I had when I was 8.
All
You see
half
him-
plastic.
I can't wait.
Ripped holes and stuff.
You can definitely see the curvature of my penis.
Hey. Yay. TMI.
So anyway, have you guys heard about the new Hercules movie coming out?
No, sir.
The Rock is going to be Hercules.
Oh, come
Really?
on with the
Yeah.
fucking rock.
He's in a
Excuse
lot
my
as
French,
of late.
but,
He's in a lot.
Yeah, he
is. He's
ruins
doing a lot.
everything. I don't know. In my opinion, I think he's...
I thought he was good in that Mummy movie. What was that, the Scorpion
That was a
King?
long time ago, sir.
But just the first one.
But
the
he did
second version of that movie was not good at all, in my opinion.
The one where he actually starred in the movie.
No.
Because there was
The
a
Scorpion King you're talking about, that one sucked.
The one with him in it.
was good. The Mummy Returns. That's
yeah.
the second Mummy movie. That one was good.
He was in that. All right.
He was.
So,
there was one movie where he was in it at the end, and he came out as a half man, half scorpion.
Yeah. That's.
If you look at it now, it has really bad CG though.
Yeah. And then there was a movie where it was actually called Scorpion King.
Yeah.
Where he didn't have the scorpion body, and he just went around with a sword.
It was the origin story.
I don't even think I saw
King,
that. I don't even think I saw that movie.
Yeah,
so
it wasn't too good.
All right. Well, then I didn't miss much.
No, you didn't. just keep in your head the Mummy and Mummy Returns. And the third one, take that out of your head too. But I didn't like it. I don't know.
Well, that was the one,
the Asian one,
Terracotta Warriors. Yeah, man, that was
terracotta pie.
I thought that was kind of cool though, because I love all that like crazy archaeology stuff. Like I'm a huge Indiana Jones geek. You know what I'm saying? Like
I love Indy.
I love all that.
Once again, I think
like
the last Indiana Jones movie was horrible.
I agree with you 100%.
I think it started off good.
I agree. It started off good. Well, the minute they introduced Shia LaBeouf, the movie was a wash for me. I'm like, this kid sucks.
I liked when they were all cruising around Harvard and shit. You know, I thought that was all cool, but
buddy.
I think once it got into like the CG spiders and fucking swinging through the jungle, catching up with vehicles by swinging through the jungle with monkeys.
Yeah,
that's when it got a little
Tarzan now.
Exactly.
And the ants and stuff.
Yeah. That's
narrowly
ants,
escaped.
right? They weren't spiders.
They were
ants. And I don't know.
And then aliens at the end.
Not that I opposed the aliens at all, but to end that movie on like the Crystal
I would
Skull
have thought you would
situation,
like that movie because it's all about aliens.
and you would think that would be up my alley, right? But no, I was kind of offended that they ruined my Indiana Jones with that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At least the stuff that he did in the first 3 movies, with the exception of Temple of Doom, because that's kind of suspect. But it's a great movie because
I
it's
love
classic.
Temple of Doom, man.
It's a classic. Don't get me wrong. I agreed. It's a great flick, but it's not the first one, and it's not the third one, which kind of like
true.
You could kind of like cohesively see some kind of bigger story going on. I guess that's one of my weird pet peeves about sequels and movies and stuff, that if they don't all go together in some bigger way, it's not really a good thing.
But Short Round's my hero.
I hear you.
You know.
That's the booby trap guy, right?
I honestly did. When I was a little kid, I actually liked. I think Temple of Doom had the biggest effect on me. You know, when I was a little kid.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
For some odd reason, it did. I don't know why. As I got older, though,
I think that's when that movie came out. Though that's when it came out. Is around the time when you were a kid. Because the first Indiana Jones, if I'm not mistaken,
very true. The first one, I was I
want to say late 70s, maybe even early 80s. I'm going to say between the years of 79 and 82.
Right.
Is the time of the first Indiana Jones. And then you have Temple of Doom is going to be, what, 4 to 5 years after?
86, 87.
87.
I think it was 87.
And then in the beginning of the 90s, maybe?
Yeah, it was.
Is when the third one came out with Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And that one was good, too.
That was great.
Sean Connery's awesome.
No, it was.
I just love anything Sean Connery's in. I really do.
Yeah.
I don't even care.
Raiders of the Lost Ark was 1981.
81.
Bong, bong. See, I was a fucking year old.
I was right in between them. That was in between them years. That's why I gave years.
You were good. But that was a big space of years there, David. 4 or 5 years.
I said 87, so I was wrong.
I said 79 to 82. 79, 80, 81, 82.
So Lucas, essentially, he did that in between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, right?
Correct.
Cool.
Correct.
He's a busy man in those years, eh?
Yes, he was, man. Smart dude.
Now he's sitting pretty.
Now he's sitting super pretty, man. He's like a gazillion. Oh, no, he's a 7 billionaire.
7 billion. I don't think there's a word for that, no?
A billionaire. Yeah, I think that's it. Multiple billions.
Well, last bit of movie news here. Hugh Jackman, there was a report that he was offered $100 million to continue, being in Wolverine movies, so on and so forth. Well, that's not true.
No. I heard that as well.
He's not in it for the money. He's in it for the fans.
But they all,
which is awesome because he's awesome.
No, Hugh Jackman's a good guy.
I heard
he's a good guy.
I heard that one of the reasons why he, not that it wasn't true, but I heard that is he just flat out told them no.
Right.
Did he?
And it's because they wanted to sign him to like some stupid, crazy amount of movie deal. Like, here's $100 million to do 10 movies for us, all Wolverine, no matter where we stick you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And that goes back to the reason they're trying to do that is so they don't have to give it back to Marvel. If they keep making money, Marvel's never going to get that property back.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's never going to go dormant. Like, they got Blade back. Blade, they're going to be making a new Blade movie.
You think?
Oh, 100%.
With Snipes?
No.
I hope so. I hope so. But see, Snipes,
he was a good Blade. I mean,
I agree.
Yeah, but the first one was great. The second and third one was.
Second one I liked a lot
second
too.
one was good.
Did you?
Third one was a waste of time.
Well, Snipes is in jail, isn't he?
No,
Not
he just
anymore,
got
he just
out.
got out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
He just
yeah.
got out a couple days ago.
And I don't really follow Snipes, but why did he go to jail?
Tax
in the first-
evasion.
Tax evasion.
Yeah, because he doesn't make enough money. I understand.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you know,
that's
paying
fucking
taxes is illegal
sickening,
anyway.
isn't
But
it?
let's not. That's a whole
Yeah,
other
it is.
ball game.
Yeah,
That's a whole other show.
That's actually
Yeah.
that's actually a
That's a
topic,
whole other show.
That's a topic for Outback Radio.
Yes, exactly. Or corrosive, for that matter.
Yeah. Yep.
Either
So
one.
so either way, so yeah, that's our movie news.
Mm-hmm.
Dave, you were going to be talking about.
Yeah, I'm going to be highlighting Alan Moore this week. I'm going to try to do this every week or every other week or something like that. I'm going to highlight an author or an artist and just give you, the rundown on them, some of the things that they've done over their career, some of the things that I personally love that they've done or dislike for that matter. So Alan Moore was born in England, November 18th, 1953. Some of the most credited things that people would know him for are The Watchmen, V for Vendetta, and From Hell, and League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. He also did a lot of work for DC in his early career. He did the graphic novel Batman the Killing Joke, where they first ever killed any type of a Robin, which was a big thing back in the day, because at that point, DC had never killed anybody at all.
And that's the one where
I think we're
Joker's
getting a
holding him,
caller,
right?
ladies and gentlemen. Let's see.
Hello.
Caller, you're on. You're on Geek Blast.
Good day, sir.
No, I think this is your guy.
Hello.
Is this
This is Danny.
Is this
Hey,
Mr.
Danny,
Vermont?
how are you? No, this is Danny. He's actually Danny. How are you today? You doing all right?
Yeah, how are you?
Good, good. We're happy to have you on the line. We're actually Danny has a Facebook web page, right, Danny?
Yeah.
It's called Night. I'm sorry, Danny. Tell us what your page is called.
Jedi Knight Academy.
Jedi Knight
Jedi Knight
Academy.
Academy,
I'm
okay.
confusing it with another one that's been on a different radio show that we currently listen to. So anyway, but this page is really funny. It's basically all about stuff that Danny just found and put it up there, and he just hit 20,000 likes on Facebook. So
Wow.
Danny, tell me a little bit about how you started the page and where you're going with it.
Really, I started the page. The story is, I started the page as a joke. I was playing Scrabble one night with my roommates, and I put Jedi down as a word, and it got challenged. And I looked it up, and I mean, obviously, it wasn't a word in the Webster's dictionary, and it is a word though in the English Oxford Dictionary.
Ah.
And yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So I just made a Facebook page, and then kind of went from there, and then.
So
it ended up going
Danny,
viral.
are you a big fan of Star Wars?
Yeah. I mean, I love Star Wars.
Okay.
I love sci-fi in general.
Yeah.
But I like the Star Wars memes and the funny, the comedy that can come out of it, you know?
Sure, like the parody aspect of it, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that is some of the funniest stuff,
Some
too.
of the things on the webpage are like, just spoofs on Star Wars and just other random stuff, right, Danny?
Yeah, mostly Star Wars.
Well, like the multitude of things you could do with a lightsaber.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I hear you.
It's like everything. If I find something funny, though, I put it up there. But it's mostly, 99% Star Wars stuff. There's just so many, like, funny posts and stuff that I find just searching around the web, and people send in and stuff that it's just pretty funny.
Very
we
cool,
try to
man.
make laugh.
So, Danny, where are you looking to go with this webpage? Like, what are you trying to do with it?
Right now, it's just been pretty much for fun and just letting people have a good laugh throughout the day and stuff. But eventually, like, hopefully sell merchandise on the page and,
Cool, man.
Awesome.
Nice.
we don't really know yet. We're kind of, like, figuring that out. It just took off so fast that, like, now there's so many people on it and it just keeps growing. We're trying to figure that out.
Danny, I'm trying to find your website. I'm typing into Google, Jedi Arts Academy Facebook, and there's a bunch coming up. Do you have the actual URL?
Yeah, hold on a second.
Okay.
Well, that's pretty cool, though, that it just took off like that on him.
Yeah,
that's
it
got to
happens,
be. Well,
man,
I mean,
it happens.
It happens.
You're talking
Half the
about
time these things blow up like that, they don't.
Yeah, well,
people
that's
don't intend for it to happen.
sure.
It just does.
He said he started it in October.
And that's not that. That's less than that's less than a year.
Yeah, and they're already over 20,000 likes.
Wow.
Very
Well,
nice.
and that's. I mean, you talk about Star Wars. I mean, come on, how many people don't love Star Wars? I don't think I've ever met a person
I've
that's
met a couple
told me
people who
that they
don't
don't like it.
Yeah.
I've met people that said that they've never seen it, which, you know,
Boggles
depending
my mind.
Well, no, because depending on your age group, it may not be such, you know, a prevalent thing. Like for a kid, like for when your son grows up to be, well, obviously your son is going to be not the best analogy for that.
There's already the bias in there.
There's already a bias in there. I think I buy him all kinds of Star Wars shirts anyway. So anyway,
Danny, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I was looking at the thing. I don't know. I mean, the best thing to do is, like, if you can go on Facebook and type it in the search bar,
Okay.
it'll be the first one to come up. I don't know the actual AT. I think it's just ATTP, you know, Jedi Knight Academy.
All right, well, so that's what I'll do. I'll check it out.
yeah, well, that's cool though that it worked out for you like that, Danny.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, actually. I mean, it just took off, and I've just been messing with it ever since. And, you know, I just hope I make people laugh every day. Pretty much, that's the goal.
Oh, that's not a bad goal to have, man. I mean, and I always say you got to make yourself laugh first. So if it ain't stuff that you find funny, you know, it probably won't work.
So he's got a picture of Maury Povich with a sitting next to a distraught Darth Vader, and Maury telling Vader,
"You are the father.
You are the father."
That's nice, bro. That's nice.
Oh, that's a good one. The Zoidberg and Admiral Akbar with like, besties.
That's great.
What's this? What's this guy in the kilt? I don't get this one here.
He looks like
That's Ewan McGregor.
That's Ewan McGregor, right?
Oh,
that is the gayest looking picture I've ever seen in my life.
Gayest Ewan
where did
McGregor
you get?
ever.
Is that
That's when he was a little lad.
Is that photoshopped?
Yeah.
That one? Yeah, right.
Wow.
McGregor one? No, I don't know. I don't think so.
Empire Public Relations. We have candy. It's a Death Star with a giant happy face.
Oh, that's too funny.
I got that T-shirt that says "Come to the dark side. We have cookies."
Oh yeah. Chuck Norris doesn't flush the toilet. He scares the shit out of. Yeah, that has nothing to do with Star Wars. Why is that up there?
I think that's just funny though.
Yeah, the fans like Chuck Norris stuff. Like, I had a day where I just went on a Chuck Norris rant and started posting stuff, and they really liked it.
Whoa, there's a Vader with boobs on there.
Yeah, there's
I like that.
There's a Last Supper.
Oh, that's awesome.
That
That's
is
actually
cool.
a good one.
That's
Who's in that?
that's freaking awesome.
You got Yoda. You got Obi-Wan, Samuel L. Jackson, C-3PO.
Who's
Darth
got their
Vader.
back towards Darth?
That's Samuel.
Samuel.
Okay.
Yeah. Mace Windu.
Wait, actually, several of them have their back towards Darth.
Well, it's Obi-Wan and Mace.
That's pretty cool, though. So people just send this stuff to you, huh? Or you find it yourself, basically, right?
I find the majority of them.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, I mean, we're like a fan-based page. I mean, we're a community. That's what we were listed. Now they have us as arts and entertainment. Facebook kind of stepped in and did that.
Okay.
And, but like, yeah, we have like a few fans that send in stuff all the time, which is really appreciated.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And here and there, fans will step in. Like, if sometimes like stuff will start drying up a little bit, but the fans kick in and then help it keep going. So yeah, it's pretty good, and it just keeps growing. I mean, the more I work it, the more it grows and stuff. So
Well, that's anything in life.
Yeah.
yes, so
That's very true, yeah.
So do you post something like at least every day or every other day? Like what's your posting schedule like?
every day. I try and do every day.
Awesome.
I mean, and if I'm not going to be there to handle it, I'll set it up like for the day. You know, like ahead of time, I'll set it up. At least they have a couple posts up a day.
Yeah, Mike, you could take a lesson there.
I could. Well, yeah, it was great to have you on tonight. You know, I'm sure we'll have you call in, some more, and we'll continue on.
See how you're doing later in the
touch,
future.
yeah.
Is there anything you want to plug before you go there, Danny?
No, just Jedi Knight Academy, you know. I wanted to say hi to my mom. She's listening.
Hey, Ma.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Ma.
Hi, Miss Danny.
I'm sure my mother's listening too.
Mama Yoda.
Mom.
Mama Yoda is what we call
Mama
her.
Yoda, all right.
Nice, man. It's a true fan
Mama
there.
Yoda.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mommy, hi.
All right, man. We'll come forth to the dark side, all right?
Yeah. I'm a huge Dark Side fan anyway.
Yeah,
Yep.
Dark Side is.
There you go.
Oh, you know what, Danny? Hold on. You want to stay on the line
Oh
here?
yeah, we got that.
You want to stay on the line for like 1 second here? Well, we're gonna play a clip. We do this every week at 8:30. We play a clip from a movie, a comic book movie, and you have to guess what movie it's from. And this week, this month's theme is all Stan Lee's appearances.
Stan Lee appearances?
Yeah.
You know how he's been in a gajillion Marvel movies. So.
All right. So you ready?
Now, also, we can also have people call in, right?
We can also have people call in.
So call in at 201-580-3712.
If you know the answer.
If you know the answer.
You know the answer.
All right, here we go.
All right, Dan, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, here we go.
You know, I guess one person can make a difference. Enough said.
Did you hear that, Danny?
Yeah. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man what?
Spider-Man 2.
Nope.
I'm pretty sure I know.
I remember the scene. I just can't think of which one it was. Which one is it?
So
No, I'm not going to. We don't tell.
Reveal it yet. We reveal it at the end of the episode if nobody ends up guessing.
But you've already given everybody a heads up.
But yeah,
here, so.
you've given everybody a big leg
up. If you know
up.
the answer, call us in at 201-580-3712.
Because there were 4 Spider-Man movies.
There was.
That's
And there's
right.
another one on the way.
Which I'm not happy about. But anyway, Danny, thanks for calling in, bud.
Yeah, man, we'll get
Thanks for having me, guys.
Oh, no problem.
All right.
Thanks, buddy.
I
Have
like
a good
your
one.
show. I like your show.
All right, thanks,
Thanks,
Dave.
appreciate it. Keep listening.
Spread the word about the show, all right?
Yeah, man. We'll do the same.
Spread the disease, my friend.
All right, take care, Danny.
Watch out for those lepers.
All right, so yeah, that's a pretty cool thing.
Back to what I was talking about now, right? Because we're talking about Alan Moore. Yeah. Alan Moore. And like I was saying before, some of the key things that he's done for other companies. Well, he right now he doesn't work for any major company. He works for America's Best, which is, I guess, a major company, but at the same time, he doesn't work for like the big two or anything like that. So he also done Batman: The Killing Joke, which I think before we were talking about, that's where I left off.
Yeah,
He did Batman: The Killing Joke.
That was where Joker's Batman's holding Robin, right?
That's where. Yeah,
cover?
that's Death in the Family.
Oh, that's Death in the Family.
Death in the Family. That's different. Killing Joke is where he basically cripples Barbara Gordon, the original Batgirl.
Oh, okay.
The Joker, I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Cripples her, basically puts her in a wheelchair for the rest of her life, and then she becomes a whole nother superhero called Oracle, which really has no superpower at all. She's just a hacker. Anyway. She's part of the Birds of Prey. Television show, but also Birds of Prey is a comic book too. So that's where they took that concept from. Excuse me. Also, he did a good Superman story, which there isn't very many of them, and you'll never hear me say that ever again. Sorry, Pete. It's Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow. It is probably. I don't mind reading it, and I really am a huge hater of Superman, just because it's just unplausible that I mean, even in all of comic books, it's just unplausible.
Admit it, it's his costume.
It's the costume at the same time, but it's the alter ego. Like, come on, all you do is put a pair of glasses on, dude.
Yeah, it is pretty sad.
Be original.
There's a lot of them like that.
Yeah, but they
just put the thing over their eyes and nobody knows who they are.
Do you know how you know Superman's religion?
No.
Because of the $5 disguise. He's a Jew.
No, I didn't know that, but that's hysterical.
Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Stink fist with the ones. All right.
There's a lot of $5 costumes.
Yeah, I agree with that. But also, he helped develop for DC the Swamp Thing. He was one of the guys that helped develop that character, and create it. And for me, that's like one of the first best comic book movies ever.
Most people don't know Swamp Thing
movie.
started as a comic.
Oh, yeah.
They just think of it as a horror flick.
I remember that movie vaguely, though, the movie itself.
Yeah, that's 86, 84, maybe, something in that range.
I was 4 years old.
Yeah. But it was good. It was good. And anytime I hear that Creedence song, I always think of that movie. Because that was always, that's the opening to that movie is that Creedence Clearwater Revival song. But, yeah. And some of the things, despite
wait a minute, Born on the Bayou is the opening to the second Swamp movie thing, Return of Swamp Thing.
Is that the second one?
That's the second one.
The first one is black and white, or no?
The first one's not black and white.
Maybe it is this. Maybe it is Return of the Swamp Thing that I'm
It's
thinking.
Return of
of
Swamp Thing, where they're actually showing the comic book montage.
Yes,
that's
in the beginning.
Yeah,
yes.
that's the second movie.
Oh, okay.
That's the one with Heather Locklear.
Yes. That was a great flick. That's the one we're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not the first one. Thank you, Stinkfest. But a lot of Alan Moore's stuff, a lot of his books have been turned into movies, despite him really not wanting
that to happen.
Ever to happen.
Right.
Like, he hates the fact that his stuff been made into movies.
How old is he now? He's what?
Well, he's
early
born,
60s?
Born in 53.
53. Okay.
Yeah, math's not my strong suit.
So he's 60.
So
he's 60.
yeah, he's in his 60s. Let's see. Some of the movies that were made out of his books were obviously The Watchmen, V for Vendetta, From Hell,
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. He also was the voice of the Fire God in a porno series.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I'm trying to remember the name of that, but I can't remember.
So he did narration in a porno series?
Yeah, he was the voice of like a fire god for like 5 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah,
if anybody knows the name of that porno series, give us a call. It's 201-580-3712. I'd love to know.
Yeah, it's and the fact that it's a series makes it even more weird because how many porno series you know that or have series? But anyway, that's
or
a whole
have
nother
fire gods.
Yeah.
Fire gods. Come on.
I don't know. Yeah, that's just weird for me.
Every
but
porno
anyway.
should have a fire
Steve Fisk
god.
says there's a lot of them.
Okay,
That's
Is there that have fire gods?
I'll take his word for it. Anyway, and other than that, besides that stuff, right now he's working for America's Best Comics, who is the publisher of League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. That is still an ongoing book. I'm not sure about some of the other books that he has in development right now, but I don't think he's working for the big two. I think he's never worked for Marvel, #1. But also, I don't think he's got anything slated for DC because he's just not happy with the fact that they keep taking his properties and making movies out of them despite him not wanting it to happen. And then that's Alan Moore.
But he didn't get any kind of coverage for that not to happen, so...
Well, cum si, cum sa, I guess, yeah. I mean, if you went to Image, then he would own all of his stuff. It would be his stuff because that's what Image is.
Right.
It's a creator-owned company. You can't do the stuff. You can't take a. Well, I mean, I guess because also Vertigo is that way too, and that's a DC imprint. But Neil Gaiman, he also is a great author, and I will be highlighting him along the way. But they own all of their own stuff, even though Gaiman's claim to fame is Sandman, and it is a DC-owned property. But because he tweaked it so much, I think he owns that property now. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think so.
Do you know when I hear the name Sandman, I still primarily think of Mike Tyson's Punch-Out?
Really?
Why is that? Yeah.
It's because
it's embedded in your mind.
That's embedded in your brain, yeah.
Weren't those characters great?
They were.
Soda Popinski.
King Hippo.
I like Bald Bull.
Bald Bull was.
Yeah,
Bald Bull was my favorite.
He scared me when I
I
was
could
little.
never beat him, though, either.
You know who was a bitch? King Hippo. To
King
figure
Hippo.
out.
King
to
Hippo.
figure out at first, he actually took
That
like
was
a
the
hit
dude
to
with the
stomach.
crown, right?
That was when you had to hit in the
It
stomach
could go
at that certain point.
bonk, bonk, bonk.
That
Like, he had
almost,
the
that's
big,
almost right on.
It is.
Yeah,
It's
that's
close.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else was there? Wait, Von Kaiser.
Oh, they had the German guy with the weird mustache,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah.
he'd punch
The
him in the
curly
stomach,
stash?
and his stash would go.
Each character would have a little subtle thing
Like
they
a-
do
like
with
a
their
tick.
face.
Yeah,
like
little weird facial ticks.
Piston Honda, his Chinese eyes would flicker up and down. Remember that?
Yeah.
Wow. I love that game. By the way, when I was talking about that emulator a couple weeks back, that is the one game. I said you could get any game, but that is the one game you can't get for some unknown
think that
reason.
game
They
is-
still shun Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
But
I don't
think
understand why.
it's like a rarity, that game. Like,
It's not a rarity. No, there's millions of them. They just...
Oh, I think
because it involves Mike Tyson,
right?
You can't download it or
He's just not. He hasn't released that yet. I guess he doesn't want to give people it for free. He wants money,
or it has something to do with Nintendo.
It
I
could be.
believe
It could be
Something-
both.
They don't want Mike Tyson to be part of their image. you
Paid,
know?
yeah, I guess. Well, I mean, I don't know. I kind of feel bad for that guy, in my opinion. But
yeah,
why?
I don't know.
Because look at that
There's
fucking tattoo he put on the side of his face. You know how much he probably regrets
He does
that.
love pigeons. Come on. But
I do
anyway,
love pigeons.
He was great in The Hangover.
But no, I legitimately
this is
feel
my
bad for
favorite
the guy,
part.
Stinkfist, because I think, in a weird way, he was kind of set up the first time. Now, for the rape charge, the
After
first
he-
time.
after he bit
Now,
the
anything
guy's ear
after
off.
the first time, I kind of throw that off into like, well, he was already in prison, so he's been internally messed up anyway, so it could have legitimately happened at that point.
I'm gonna eat your children.
Yeah, I mean, that's, he bit that guy's ear off, too. I mean, I know that
Who
what
was
I'm
that
saying is a
player?
bit suspect.
It was I watched
Vander
that one.
Holyfield,
Vander
right?
Holyfield.
Holyfield, yeah.
That was the first fight that those two had was the best fight I ever saw in my life.
I agree. But, for real, that's what I think. I mean, that's just my
Basically
opinion.
said cannibalism is okay. And
Well, it
everybody
is.
should try it.
Tastes like chicken, I've been
It
told.
does.
I wouldn't know.
Little garnish,
Chianti.
Yeah. Little kale on the side, you know kale's healthy.
Yeah. Kale is definitely healthy. And
Kale
you know,
is actually really, really good.
It is, man. You should have seen my turd I took today. It was
Ew.
fucking bright green. And
TMI,
obviously, anything that can make my turd bright green is positive to my body.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. This is
called a
retarded.
cleanse.
Let's get back on topic.
Yes, please.
But
Turds.
why?
Green turds from outer space. Now that's a whole other topic.
Yeah, definitely. Or in my toilet bowl. But
Well, your toilet bowl could be in outer space.
technically, it is. Have you ever seen my bathroom?
You're
Yes.
getting scientific.
Yeah,
and that's
well.
just like multiple parallel universes. And
Yeah, we're getting into J.J. Abrams territory.
Yep.
But no, so I mean, that's my
That's your
skivvy.
spiel on,
that's my
cool.
stivvy on Alan Moore.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What are you gonna be doing next week? You know?
I can probably do a couple of different. I'm thinking about doing a Marvel guy. I'm thinking about doing Brian Michael Bendis.
Or you could always do the guy who wrote Infinity Gauntlet. What was his name?
Jim Sterling.
Yes, Sterling.
Which actually wouldn't be a bad idea either, because that's super relevant at this point.
I'd love to know what
'Cause
he's
they're
doing
taking-
these days.
Well, they're taking
Yeah.
a lot of his. They're taking a lot of his properties now.
Well, don't
and-
tell us anything about him now. Save
No,
it
no,
for-
yeah, definitely, yeah. I'll save it.
Cool.
Save it,
Yeah, man.
save it.
So we're gonna get to games now. Huh?
Yeah, I got a
Yeah.
bunch of video game shit. First and foremost, there was this little device release. It's called an Android Caca. Well, I call it a Caca, but it's actually an Android Oya. I just very disagree with the. I really disagree with the whole thing it's trying to portray. But it's a $99 little Rubik's Cube, and it specifically plays Barbie exclusives.
That's how much the
That's
Nobby
it.
was.
The
$99.
No, but it doesn't play Barbie exclusives. It actually plays all the games that basically your phone could play or any
So it's like
tablet.
it's like an app.
It's
game
an app
system.
machine, but it also builds games.
So it's a game builder.
It's
then?
a game builder, and it revolves around indie gamers. You know what I mean?
Okay,
So if you go onto their marketplace, it really revolves around like older games, tablet games, indie games. That people
older
build
games, like you're
personally.
talking about, like the stuff that you can get off the emulator.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like you get your Final Fantasies or your whatever, but I don't know. I mean, from what I heard, the marketplace is a mess. The controller's a piece of crap. You know what I mean? It was actually a kind of cool idea, I thought, but the way it's being put out
Marketed?
there, it just looks like garbage.
Yeah.
So,
I thought I
so it
heard
didn't
about
get 5 stars from you?
No, sir. No,
not
sir.
even a star.
Yeah, I mean, I
Half star.
think the whole indie game thing is pretty cool, but if you can't even build anything really special with it, then what's the point? I mean, really, what are you going to build with $99? It's really not going to be
but
that.
here's the flip side to that coin, just to be the other guy.
Optimistic. that
Yeah.
you never-
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to get my hands
I'm gonna
on before
try
I
to
could.
Mind you, Dave is
I'm going to
never
try to be the optimistic guy here for a
Right.
second and say, indie games. Isn't an indie game basically?
It's a small time company. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Usually
I understand
a person that
but
starts a
I
small
mean,
company and
isn't
with a couple
most of the
developers.
games like boiled down to that most simplistic type of gameplay?
Not always. Not always.
I mean, most of the stuff that
but
I've
it still
ever
has to be
downloaded.
built well.
Are they like Facebook games and that kind of stuff, like the same type of games that you're talking
A
about?
little bit above that. I would compare it more to like
a downloadable content.
There's a lot of side scroller,
like a side scroller, like the
Yeah,
stuff you'd get
yeah.
from Xbox Live or from the
Right,
PlayStation
exactly.
Network, or stuff like that.
The indie market on Xbox.
Well, I think we got a caller right now, so let's take this caller.
What's up?
Caller,
All right,
how are
caller,
you?
you're on with Geek Blast. Do you know the answer to our movie trivia question?
What was the movie trivia?
Now let's play it one more time.
All right, we're gonna play it for you.
So obviously this guy wasn't listening
Yeah,
very
no,
well. All right, sir, you have to guess what comic book movie this is from. We're going to play it for you. And this is Stan Lee, by the way. This month is all Stan Lee. All right?
Oh, Stanley movie?
Yeah,
no,
so
Stanley cameos.
Cameos in movies, yes.
All right, here we go. One more time.
You know, I guess one person can make a difference. Enough said.
I know that movie.
All right, well, what movie is it?
Mallrats. Duh. Come on now.
Mallrats?
You did hear me
That
say...
was pretty cool that you said that, but no, it's all Marvel movies.
Yeah, this is...
Oh.
Yeah, like the.
That was
but that's great that you said Mallrats.
yeah,
makes me
that
happy.
was Spider-Man.
Which one?
Which good one, Steven? Which one though?
Oh, man, come on, you guys, these are hard questions.
There's only 4, and we already...
There's only one right answer, because it ain't that hard.
I will help you a little bit. I'll take away the newest one.
The second one.
No.
So you obviously didn't listen before.
No, I haven't been listening.
That's
but
what the last guy
right.
said,
I turned
unfortunately.
you guys on a little while ago.
No, the last guy said it was 1, right?
No, he said 2.
The last guy said 2.
The last
Oh,
guy
he did
said
say
2.
two?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, Steven, you were wrong.
right, you don't get another guess.
Yeah.
Do I get nothing?
You get nothing.
You get a lot of nothing. You get to be made fun of the next time we see you because you didn't know the answer. How about
Hey,
that?
listen.
And we will see you, sir. We will see you.
I know where you live.
I know you live.
So,
Guys, how's everything going? Good?
Not bad, not bad. How you doing, bro?
Everything's good, brother.
Very good. I always catch you guys like I'm out. I'm like shit. I gotta turn on the radio. I got my app on and listening to you guys.
All right, sweet.
awesome, man. Thank
We
you for the
appreciate
support.
it,
We
bro.
always
We
appreciate the
appreciate it.
support, my friend.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
I support you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for the support. Do you have a comment?
Do I have a comment?
Yes.
Fuck you all. Goodbye.
Okay. Thanks.
All right,
Peace, Steven.
bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you for calling, brother.
Peace out, boys.
All right, man.
So, yeah.
That's funny.
Do you have a comment?
What is your comment? What do you want on your tombstone?
Tomb.
Toombas. It's on you.
So, anyways, yeah, I also got a couple new games that are coming out right around the corner this August. We got Killer is Dead, which is a Suda 51 Grasshopper manufacturer game. You might have heard of some of their other games like Lollipop Chainsaw,
which I wanted to play.
Killer 7 was their first one that they really built on.
I didn't play Killer 7, but I did see the Lollipop game trailer for that. But I wanted to play it because it reminded me of that game Wet we were talking about earlier.
It's not though. It's very, very off the wall.
Yeah,
like a lot of it. It's very, very.
Is it like the?
It's very, very B oriented. B
okay, because that was cool. That's what I got from Wet. But
did you?
Wet was more for me, not really a B movie, but more of a grindhouse.
Right.
Had a grindhouse Tarantino feel to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Actually, you made like another one of their games even more. It's called Shadows of the Damned.
I think I played that.
Really cool. I like that one better than Lollipop. But,
I think I played that game actually. I think I rented that game. It's an older game.
A couple years. Yeah, it was like Resident Evil meets just craziness, man. Craziness. But yeah, we have another caller.
Another caller.
This might be the same guy.
Hello.
Okay, you're on KMD Geek Blast. Go
How
ahead.
are you, sir?
Hello?
Hello, caller. How are you?
Hi, Steve's
Hey,
wife.
how you doing? I'm calling because my husband just called, and I wanted to apologize for his terrible trivia answers.
Oh, see, yeah.
Why? Did you know the answer?
do you know the answer?
I did. As I was
one?
listening on the other phone.
So what is
We're
it?
out to dinner. I was listening on the other phone, and before he answers, I'm answering, and then I hear his answer. I'm looking at it, and I'm like, what the hell are you saying? What's wrong with you?
Oh, this is epic.
So what's the answer?
What is
You want
the
us to
correct
play it?
answer?
You want us to
then?
play it for you? Did you hear it
First of
already?
all, it's Spider-Man 3.
Yes.
Where he
yes.
comes into the black Spider-Man suit.
Beautiful.
And you're the only person you've called twice now and gotten it right both times.
That's great.
Who? What?
Yep.
She was the first. Don't you remember the first one we did? Are you like a crazy person? She called in and got it right.
She never called us. That wasn't her, dude.
Oh,
That was
not the
not
same
her.
We have two female listeners now.
Oh, okay.
This is what this means.
Well, we have two female
female.
callers.
Well,
I'm sure there's a
yeah.
lot more listeners.
That's
Can you
true.
confirm that was not you a couple weeks ago?
It was not me, but I
See?
do listen
There
to
you
you
go.
guys.
Okay. All right. Women all
I'll
sound the
take
same
credit.
to me.
I'll still take the credit. Hey, listen,
Thank you.
This is awesome.
Thank you
Keep
very much,
protecting.
J Girl, for getting that answer because
Yes.
you know
Yeah.
your husband just flunked on it.
I actually chose
No,
wrong
he's-
as well. Also,
Yeah.
I didn't.
He was going to get some tonight, but now he's not. He was terrible
Awesome.
answers.
Awesome. You do that. You use that against
use
him.
that leverage.
Seriously.
I'm
Yep.
smarter than you.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Thank
All
you
right,
for
thanks for
calling.
listening.
Have a good one.
That's great.
All right.
Yeah, that
You gotta
was.
love when, like, I don't know how this feels, but
Yeah, automatically I'm like,
when
do you have a
you're-
comment, sir?
when your wife is like,
oh wait, that's a little.
that's
feminine.
wrong, and you should know the answer to it, like, that's bad.
That's kind of like you're
That's
a little
like-
belittled, but it's all right. It's like I'm still a man.
Yeah, yeah.
Michael, you're drifting from your microphone, sir.
Sorry.
Yes.
Let me get a little.
So what was I
Closer,
talking
closer.
about? I was talking about Suda 51 Grasshopper games.
Yeah.
So the Killer is Dead.
Killer is dead, and that looked, from what I was seeing, it looked pretty like very stylistic, right?
It is. It's you ever hear of Mad World
Mad World.
on the Wii? It's based around a black and white world.
Okay.
Where the blood really sticks out.
So
You know what I mean?
the,
Like
the pop of red is the
yes, it's cell shaded. You know, old style
Okay.
cell shaded.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
been
yeah.
around for a while now, but
Yeah.
it's really, you know, an upgrade to that.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
You know what I played? It was a really cool cell shaded game. Was the Prince of Persia game?
Yeah,
One
that
of
was
the,
beautiful.
Yeah, one of the
That was
Prince of Persia
beautiful.
games was a cell-shaded game.
They,
That
they
was a
usually
great
do
game.
come out pretty nice
Yeah,
looking.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I think the first cell-shaded game that ever came out, me and Mike played, and it
I was thinking
Jet
about
Grind
Jet
Radio,
Grind
brother,
yep.
on Dreamcast.
Yeah, where they go around spray painting.
Hell yeah,
that was
a dope
stuff.
game,
It was like
dude.
graffiti game,
Yeah,
right?
it's like a
Yeah,
graffiti
yeah.
game.
Remember how good the music was?
Yeah,
that was a dope game, dude. It was. It had a good soundtrack to it. But anyway, so yeah, this game starts a quaint Asian friend. You know, he's equipped with a suit, robotic arm, and an extremely large and pointy sword. You know, it's
Asian penis envy.
There's going to be an extreme amount of red liquid, you know, which is always good. You
Yeah.
know, I love a bloody mess.
Bloody
game,
messes.
You know. But like I said, the environments are black and white, you know, typical to, you know, games like Mad World, you know, filled with extreme bosses, erotic Asian women. Should I say Japanese schoolgirls, not quite women, you know.
Hey.
But, yeah, you know how that
20.
is. The Japanese are weird like that. Their women characters don't necessarily look like women. They more look like 12-year-old
Girls,
schoolgirls
yeah.
with huge...
Racks.
Stuff.
Yeah, what is that?
PFDs.
I don't understand that. Are the anybody knows this? Are the Japanese pedophiles? Call 201-580-3712. Please call me. Let me know.
Nobody
this.
has to call. I could just answer that for you.
Can you? Stinkfist, what do you think? Are they
he's gonna say
pedophiles?
yes.
Yes. Yes, they are.
I thought so. The whole schoolgirl thing, you know, while that does turn on the American audience, you know.
Which doesn't say much for us.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I'm
but-
sorry, it doesn't say much for men.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I've
true.
never met a woman who liked that
I've never
kind
met
of,
a woman. Well,
Because we all do fantasize about our women.
even a
you know,
gay
dressing
woman.
in
I know
plaid
some gay
shorts
women,
or
and
plaid
they're not
shirts.
into the schoolgirl thing. It's just
Yeah.
not a thing. It's. I think that's a strictly a male trait.
They're
man.
just
We're just
anti-ponytail,
dirty.
man. Some people just don't like the ponytail.
We're dirty.
You know?
We're dirty men.
The little
dirty old men.
dual ponytails, you know, jutting out the sides of the head. You
Pigtails are called.
They're called piggies.
See. So what else is coming out in August? We got Saints Row 4, which is coming out August 20.
They're on the
20th.
fourth one for that one already?
Yes, but this one
Wow.
looks dope, dude. They're changing the whole formula, making it real crazy. Just superhero based, where you can acquire powers. You know what I mean? It's not going to be just around gang, thug, steal
Yeah,
cars
because it was
anymore.
like a Grand Theft Auto.
Now it's gonna
but
be-
like superhero-ish, where they were like jumping
That's what's
over
gonna be now.
buildings and
Always
stuff.
though.
No,
From
no.
the first one, right?
No, you're thinking of something else. You're thinking of Crackdown.
Ah, that's what it is. Crackdown.
Saints Row was always Grand Theft Auto-ish with a little bit of silly humor. Now it's turning into like Crackdown meets Grand Theft meets just fucking craziness, dude. Like you could play like as a hot dog, you know, jumping over a skyscraper. It looks good, man. It looks outrageous, and I think it'll sell copies just for the fact that it's off the fucking wall.
Off the wall.
Yeah,
See,
it really is.
the other day, I had to return my original Injustice game because for some reason it
defective.
It was
Yeah,
defective.
I get 'em
yeah.
once in a while.
I turned it on and it wouldn't go. It wouldn't load.
Right.
It'd freeze.
It
And
happens,
I'm like,
man.
all right, maybe it's my system. So I pulled it out, did that whole what to do, found out it wasn't.
Right.
Went back to the store, returned it for a new one, and I put my $5 down on the Grand Theft because that comes out in September.
They have an online thing coming out too. Did you guys see that?
What's that?
Grand Theft Online.
No.
Oh man, you guys got to look up that trailer for that. It's amazing looking.
Yeah.
Like, the world is just.
Well, it's the same. They're
It's
doing
online.
That could be cool.
Yeah.
They're doing an Elder
Yeah.
Scrolls
That could be
online
cool.
as well.
Although, if you ever played the multiplayer formula like on Grand Theft 4, it didn't exactly work that well. But if they build on that, you know, tighten it up a little bit.
It actually talked about it a little bit, where the improvements that they've made through the online world compared to
Right.
what you were just talking about.
Right.
It just blows it away.
That's good, man.
That's cool.
That's good.
But yeah, the guy was suggesting to me, he was like, look, if you don't want to wait,
right,
and you've never played, because he was like, did you ever play Saints Row? And I'm like, nah, I never played any of the Saints Row games at all, any of them.
Dude, when the fourth one comes out next week, I'll bring it over.
Yeah.
I'll bring it over. It comes out on Tuesday.
And he was like, well, then you should probably pick
And I
up
will
one of them
review it.
games.
I
you know?
will review it. Hopefully, you know.
Hopefully it'll be a good review.
It'll definitely be an unbiased review.
I wouldn't be able to play the fourth one without playing the first one.
Yeah, but this is
first.
totally isolated. This is isolated, gone wacky. Aliens
know.
invading, you know,
See, and that's
Steelport.
me and you
was the
have
name of
that
the city.
problem, Mike. I mean, and because a friend of mine, Matt, was telling me I should play Mass Effect, and I think you have also
Oh,
told me that on
great
more than one
series of
occasion.
games, great series
and
of games.
I love RPGs and I love sci-fi, and they're like supposedly
Hand
the
in
marriage
hand.
of each, and they're already on like the third or fourth game.
Third one. they
Third
just-
game, right?
yeah,
Just came out, and
a
I'm
year
like,
ago, yeah.
should I play the first one? He's like, no, you don't really need to
You
play
could
the
skip
first
the
one.
first one, play the second
Play the
and
second
third,
one.
man.
He's saying
Phenomenal.
because he said
Phenomenal
when you end the game, whatever happens in that game when you turn the third one on
continues on.
Totally affects the way your third game starts.
See, the thing I'm worried about, Dave, is that you may not be able to get into the first one. The first one was good if you could stick with it for a little while. It's a great game.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, but The second one and
Is it-
third one, I know you'll love.
The beginning lag, right? Is that what?
A little bit of lag in the beginning,
a little that game.
A little bit of
and the beginning
confusion, a
lagged
little bit of
lot.
confusion in the beginning.
Was
but
is the story good? Because if the
Oh,
story's
that's what
good,
it's all about,
if
man.
the story's
The
good, then I
story
can
and the
probably
choices.
stick with it. You know what I mean?
Right,
Because that
right.
for me, when I'm playing RPGs, the story has to be right on, or I get like sidetracked easy. Like I used
Dave,
to
that's
love
what it's all
I
about,
used to love the Fable
story.
series until they started to like upgrade it to, all right, we're going to give you like a flintlock pistol now. And
really, I liked that. You didn't like the whole gun thing, the old school gun?
No, I didn't, because it was, to me, RPGs are inherently fantasy based. And I think for me, that's the reason why I never grabbed a hold of a Mass Effect, because I couldn't see it being a good thing to have like it be space based and be lasers and all this other stuff like
dude.
that.
It's phenomenal. Even the combat system in it is phenomenal.
Well, because I guess that's my
And you have
my,
your Kinect,
my own
so
inherent
it's-
stigma is that when it's RPG, it should be,
Right.
science, sorcery, and swords, basically. You know what I mean? Like hack and slash esque.
This does have telekinetic, properties and stuff like that, and powers, and stuff like
Oh,
that.
that's
But
cool.
the story is phenomenal. It's unparalleled to anything else out there. That's where it really shines.
And that's also BioWare, right?
Yep.
So they make killer
Have you ever played the
games.
Dragon Age games?
Yes.
There's also a new Dragon Age coming out. It's called Dragon Age Inquisition. It'll be on current and next gen systems in late 2014. So far, from what I heard about it, it's the from people who've played the other two. It's the Fade and Ferelden actually mixed together. So basically, the sky rips open, demons come through and invade the whole world.
Okay.
So no more actually jumping into the Fade. Actually, you're part of it now.
Yeah, okay.
Once again, there's going to be 3 classes: Mage, Rogue, Warrior. The world's going to be more open.
No dwarf?
Yeah. From what I read about it, I didn't hear dwarf.
Because
But was there dwarf? Yeah, there was dwarf in the second one.
No, dwarf in the first one.
Was there dwarf in the first one?
Dwarf in the first one, definitely. 'Cause
And I played them both too, and I
anytime
can't even
have this
remember.
weird
Wow, that's
thing
pretty
about
bad. Thank you for
dwarfs, because
correcting me,
I
man.
always wanted to have a midget best friend, and I never had one. So I've always been obsessed with like little people. And in any game where I have the option to be a dwarf, in any type of fantasy game, I am that dwarf.
You play the dwarf.
Yes.
Secretly, Dave wants to be a dwarf.
From what I-
wielding an axe.
Yes, and
chopping
That's
people's
fine, I mean-
knees
ankles
off.
off. And a huge beard.
I think Mike could pull it off more. I don't know.
Well, he's smaller than me, yes.
You know,
not by much.
My friend and I, we actually once wrote a script called Maniac Midget.
Nice.
And it was all the whole idea of the movie was he would crawl in through the doggy door.
That's a great way to kill somebody.
Nice.
He would just crawl in through the doggy door and just like stab people while they sleep.
Nice. That's it.
Cool. Would definitely be an awesome B movie.
Yeah.
Definitely.
If you have a favorite midget movie, please call in.
There is none. Although one of our friends, his name is Cody. I doubt he's listening because he sucks. But he was obsessed with seeing a midget porno. Obsessed. He finally saw it. Freaked out so bad he chucked it out his window while driving. He made it a point to throw it out the window on the fucking freeway or whatever.
That's
But
great.
He was that freaked out by the way
That's
the midget
great.
physique is. I mean, I don't really know what they look like naked,
Yeah, I
but
don't know. Well, actually,
he
I
was
do.
fascinated with it.
I've seen that Howard Stern episodes when he used to be on like have the cable show and stuff. He had that Bridget the midget porn star. I think she's a porn star on there, and it's just very odd looking.
Right.
All I keep thinking about is me.
They look like a penis wrinkle.
You're a
basically.
freaking tripod.
That dude freaks me out, though. I don't know why, but he does. He couldn't be my best friend because he would freak me out.
Yeah.
Inherently. So if they all kind of look like him in his own weird way, I don't think that I would like that
No.
idea either. See, I don't know. I'm very on the fence sometimes.
But Dave, to go back to what you're saying, there is no mention of a dwarf from what I've looked into.
That's a
on
bummer
the
for
new
me,
Dragon.
man.
There will be. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was in the other games, I'm sure it'll come back.
Yeah.
But because they're changing the whole engine though. Instead of the Eclipse engine that they used in the first 2 games, they're going to use one of their built engines called Frostbite 3, which is much more powerful. It's
Okay.
got to work for the next gen systems.
Right, yeah. So
But,
inherently it's going to be better and faster all the way
Yeah,
around.
yeah. But I don't see anything too mind blowing yet. Nothing comparable to some of the other next gen engines that are being built. You know what I mean? So hopefully it'll be up to par with them. We'll see. We'll see.
Well, and even just in the fantasy realm, it's hard to beat Elder Scrolls. You know, I mean, that's the new game standard.
I can't wait to see what happens with that when they build the next gen.
Oh my
'cause
god!
Right now,
they
there's
already
no
said
mention.
they already said that they're doing no more downloads for Skyrim. They're doing
Well, now
nothing.
that MMO is going to come out.
Well, they have the Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah. There is no mention of a next gen one yet, from what I know of.
No,
I
not
haven't
that I've heard
anything.
either. But when they do, because they're going to.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, it's
Absolutely.
going to be look 30 times better than
Watch, man.
what Skyrim looks. And
It'll
Skyrim
actually be able
looks
to
amazing.
handle the information now.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because there's so much.
Oh, and that was that is the only downfall to that game, in my opinion. is
So much
that,
information to slow it down at times.
Like, there's been times where I've been playing late at night, and it's just, like I fall asleep with the controller in my hand at a load screen.
Right.
And I'll wake up 3 hours later with like the cameras roving, that 360-degree roving thing around you where you can see the whole world. And I'm like drooling on myself, and I'm like, what
happened?
What the hell just happened?
I hated watching him play that game because all he would do would like crouch down
I'm a
and
sneaker
then
in
creep
that game.
around and shoot everybody with bows and arrows.
Oh
That's
yeah,
it.
I was
That's all he would do.
From far
From
I'm
far
a
away.
long range
He's a
attacker,
sneak
boy.
son of a gun.
You're not gonna see me, and
you're
I'm gonna
like,
come in. I'm gonna strip you naked,
Dave, can
lay
you just
on the
run?
street. That's it.
Can we go do something with this game, Dave? Could you stop shooting deer and
Hey man, it was all making me money though.
You know, I do think one thing about the Elder Scrolls. You know, most of the game is great, but I feel they have to work more on the combat, the fluidness of it. You know, that's always been an issue for me.
Yeah,
it's kind of clunky.
I could say it is.
you know?
It is. Yeah, it's very clunky. I'd agree with that. I would agree. I would say that the
At least a lock-on or
the sword play issue. Because I think the way they do the magic is spot on.
The magic is
like
cool.
the
But
magic.
wouldn't it be nicer if it had a lock-on button?
Yeah,
You
but
know?
there is though. There is a lock-on button.
What do you mean?
All you got to do is hit your. I have Xbox, and you play it on PlayStation. But
No, I've tried it on PlayStation, but primarily I play it on Xbox.
Okay, if you hit the left stick in, that's your.
It'll lock onto the character.
You gotta
lock
make
onto
that sound,
character. Yeah, you got to wait for this. You got to go, and then
Wow,
you know it's
people!
locked on.
I played that game for about 30+ hours, and I did not know that.
Oh yeah, you know.
Or maybe I didn't. I just don't remember.
Yeah, there's tons of stuff. We could just have a whole session. Maybe we should
On
do that
Elder
next
Scroll.
week on
Yeah,
Elder
Elder
Scrolls.
Scrolls.
I may know video games, but David here, he's played Elder Scrolls through and through.
Thoroughly.
He knows more
I'm an
than I
RPG
do.
freak.
Yeah.
Well, that does it for us tonight. Tune in next week at 8 o'clock.
For
Same
episode
bat
6.
time.
But I do have one
Same
last
bad
question.
channel.
One last little question, really quick.
Yes.
Don't hate me for being off, topic totally. But I got to ask this: can a woman control a queef? Okay, you know how a man can control a fart? A man can control a fart. You know what I mean? You have control whether to let it out or not. But
All right, good night,
can a
everybody.
woman control a queef? Please let me know.
See you next week,
201-580-3712. Thank you.
All right, good
I'm
night,
going to
guys.
say no.
Yeah, probably not.
All right, well, we're out of here.
I'm Lord Vader and I give respect. Your planet and your life is what I expect. Cape on my back, cable box on my chest, leather pants on my death, hot oil on my breath. You'll be jealous of my boots, jealous of my gloves, jealous of my belt with my blinking lights. Cause I'm the Dark Lord with the power to dismiss people's skills like the Bantha piss. 1, 2, 3 into the 4.